Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast, another episode of our podcast. This week, we are talking about this week. The podcast will be only about the whole WWDC event, Apple Intelligence, about Apple Intelligence. Lots of iOS updates, small updates, but really looking forward to them. And yeah, let's just get started. So, when my initial reaction after seeing the whole event of WWDC, I personally really liked it, and I think this was one of my favorite WWDC of like past 4 years. I started watching WWDC from iPhone 12 when they launched first, when the iPhone 12 iOS was launched, like 4 to 5 years ago, and this is one of the best WWDC I've ever seen from them. So all WWDCs are generally good because they are well edited, well scripted. So what I was obviously we were all looking towards was AI. That is now they call as they have branded as Apple Intelligence. Really smart move. But so you know, uh, I think when I started watching the event, I thought the event was like the I think so the when event started, the especially the iOS update were getting way too much faster. It's like when I was watching the event live here in India, it was like I was like they're moving way too much fast, and after seeing after 1 hour in the event, I was like, oh, like it is good, but there are not much updates in iOS this year. Like not just iOS, but all other iPad OS, Wear OS. But you know what? And obviously there was AI later on, and it was a big update for them. So I think they wanted to go with their AI to get to that AI point where so they rushed a little bit towards all this iOS update. When I was watching the event, it felt like there were not many updates on this OS. But when I started taking notes up on the second day after the event, there are total like literal 10 pages notes just on iOS, like not just iOS but all OS, like combining all OS and their updates. And I was like, dude, the way they use the wording and the way the event was scripted so well, so much dense information was there in that event. And when I started taking notes, it was like just going on and on and on, and I just took 15 pages of notes on my book. So let's just get started because it is going to be a long podcast. Sit back and just relax and watch it. So we will just start how they started it, how Apple did it. We will first go on with the all OS update: iOS, iPad OS, Mac OS, and Wear OS, Home, and Audio. And in the last, and just like that, we will go with onwards our AI, their AI updates. So let's just get started to our big. I think this is our only third podcast, and it is. I think it will be the biggest podcast. Obviously, we are just in the third episode, but it is going to be a big podcast. So sit back and enjoy. So starting with our first, we will yeah starting yeah one of the notes I take. So I was taking this notes. What I show you now was made after the event, but I was also making the notes live on the event. Also, I was tweeting it live on my Twitter. What my reactions are while watching it, and also I was taking the live notes. One of the first notes I was taking while watching the notes was their intro this year was like the skydive intro where everyone was like diving from the sky, and when they pull up their parachute. In the parachute there is obviously the Pride Month logo, but Pride Month whole Pride Month theme, but also the all the OS like Mac OS and iOS, iPad OS, Wear OS were written all that parachute, and that was a pretty cool intro, I will definitely say. So let's start with OS update first. So they first introduced Vision OS to us this year. So in the first year, on the first OS update, that now they call this Vision OS 2.0. So there were not many updates as you can as you expected from a second gen update from their latest product, that is Vision Pro, but there were quite few of them, and I think they nailed it in some of the few updates that we will talk here. First of all, one of my favorite updates they did on Vision OS was photos, like creating 2D images, not 2D images, like creating a normal image into a spatial photo. That is, so whatever images you see on your Vision OS will be get created into a spatial photo that is in depth. You can view in that your Vision Pro. That is a really good feature. What I really liked, and now also they say that all photos already in your library, so all photos will be available in your library now in Vision OS library. Creating any photo to special photo, we just talk about that. So another feature they not another feature yeah yes another feature they introduced was share play. So now you can now what this share play does, now can watch together if you have both Vision Pro. So what SharePlay does is, like, if you have multiple people using Vision Pros, so if you have friends with Vision Pro devices, then you can all watch a one type of like photos, like you can watch all your photos together in one. It's like one sitting, just like how you see photos on your TV while everyone in your family, just like that. If everyone has Vision Pro, now they can watch photos in special photos. That is a cool thing to do together. So, like, it is not just sitting, it is not just like the share play will not just work sitting next to each other. It will definitely also work who are sitting next in the next, even in the next country, or like however far they are. The share play will definitely also work in that situation also. So they introduced some new hand gestures. So the two new hand gestures were introduced. First one was to flip your hand like this upside up, uh, upside, and now press your fingerprint like this. Now pressing two fingers. Now the whole home yeah, another whole home image will not pop up when you press, when you flip your hand like this and tap your fingers. And another second gesture they introduced was, down if you do this your hand down like this, now the I think the clock widget will pop up, clock widget, and you can just like hold and press it and see the like the uh, whole control panel in that one gesture only. So that is two gestures, two new hand gestures introduced in Vision OS this 2.0. I think hand gestures and hand movements, even in future head movements or even body movements, will be one of those feature in Vision Pro, just because it has so many sensors all over it, from down to, I think it can see at least like a 360-degree sensors. So it will, like, I think in future, like, whole it will also can be tracked as a whole it can track also whole human body, so it can use your whole body like legs, like playing games. I think they did it here, like this year with AirPods Pro. We will talk later in this video. But new hand gestures. Then they also talked about Mac Virtual Display. Now, so what Mac Virtual Display is, so whenever you put on your Vision Pro and you open up your Mac, it will automatically pops up, and you can say a button saying connect. You can connect your, then if you just tap that button, then your Mac will get connected to the Vision Pro, and it is just automatic. It will get connected to Vision Pro, and the whole Mac display gets in front of you in a window form, in a big version. So now they are introducing couple of more window sizes now in normal, that whatever the window size of a Mac is in on wide and in ultra wide, that is like a panorama. Here is like a big curve screen will be available. So a big update to it, and but I definitely wanted to have multiple displays of for a Mac, but uh, I think the reason they didn't add the multiple displays because it already has multiple windows. Like you can already use multiple apps in an multiple apps, and you can put whatever wherever you want across the whole area you are using. So I think they just wanted to give the us a different perspective, different ratios of a Mac display. That was a good um update there on people who are using is, at least I don't know, because we I have not used Vision Pro, or we have just seen the reviews. So majority of the people who are using Vision Pro are just to see photos, just for majority of the entertainment point only. Because just because it is so heavy, and so not most of the people use it for editing or task editing, photo editing, video editing, or even like writing, scripting, whatever this longer duration time period of workload. So I think this macOS, I think let's see how people use it. We will see in reviews obviously, but longer period using Vision Pro, it definitely causes some issues with your headaches and eye fatigue. I think let's see what the reviews are there. I think reviews are out there. People are saying it causes eye fatigue for using a longer period of time, obviously, and also it is so heavy that your head feels it, like jerking, or jerking. Your head can jerk whenever you are doing a movement. You will obviously feel an heavy weight towards um, in front of your head. So it is a drawback of using a Vision Pro, that kind of a high-end device. So moving on towards next updates, they added train support to travel mode. Now you can use Vision Pro in trains. Added three APIs for developers. Three new APIs are added for developers to create more apps. Now one of the like couple of biggest updates they did with Vision Pro for me this year was like their partnership with uh, Blackmagic Design, they say. So now, and their partnership with Blackmagic Design and also with Canon. So Canon will make a brand new special lens for their popular EOS RT digital camera. So Canon will provide an specific lens for their popular camera. They mention EOS RT digital camera. You can use that lens to shoot special videos for your for content creation, movies, if you want to. And it is definitely for obviously majority of the content creators to use special videos in there, because they definitely want people to, where people are now on Vision Pro, and people, if they want to get people on Vision Pro, they definitely have to bring out the library of entertainment videos to be watched on that. So giving creators and tool to make those videos easily, and not just easily, but having more professionalism in that, having more control over it is a big thing. So I think having more videos to special special videos to Vision Pro will definitely help not just creators to create new content, but also Apple to bring a big libraries of videos to their Vision Pro, so that people can enjoy watching these new videos in a special videos. And also These special videos can be edited on Final Cut Pro and can be viewed on Winmo app in Vision OS. This in the latest Vision OS update. Apple immersive immersive videos. So Vision Pro has an immersive 180-degree 8K with spatial audio, specifically those kind of videos. There are a couple of videos and right now available on uh, Vision Pro, but now they are partnered with Blackmagic Design to build a new production workflow consisting of Blackmagic cameras with DaVinci Resolve Studios and Apple Compressor later this year. So what this partnership means is, so they are partnered with Blackmagic Design. And so first of all, even getting back to what are immersive videos. So what are immersive videos is basically a 180 degree which are wrapped from your this point of your viewing angle to literally your whole this 180 degree videos on special videos, so you can even like look around here and there to watch those immersive videos, like it literally looks like you are in it. So to create more kind of those videos for creators, I think specifically, so now they are providing a lens with Blackmagic Design camera. I think I will put camera here, some of the images that have been out by Blackmagic Designs. So that is a big camera that you can use to shoot 180-degree 8Ks with videos, and that videos will be available on the Vision Pro, and people can and now creators and can use those cameras and workflow to make those kind of videos, and that all will also will be available in Vision Pro. So they also announced a couple of new Apple immersive videos. So they are available right now. I think you can watch it if you have Vision Pros. Mouse supports come some couple of some small updates are like mouse support, keyboard breakthrough, multi-view win TV, and rearrangeable home screen. So rearrangeable home screen is just basically having whenever you used to open the home screen of Vision Pro, you can now rearrange the home screen of Vision Pro. And also mouse support means you can use now mouse with Vision Pro. And also keyboard breakthrough means whenever you used to watch a videos, immersive videos, or even yeah, it's just a basically whenever you used to watch videos, the keyboard or even like uh, editing videos, the keyboard used to get uh, not used to get shown in your Apple's immersive whenever you want it. So it's just like now keyboard is now visible whenever you are editing, whenever you need it. It will not get hide whenever you are watching a video. That's it. These were the couple of updates on Vision OS. I think majority of the thing are pretty much basic, and it doesn't feel like that much a big update. But what I really like with Vision OS updates, that is the two uh, partnership with their Canon and partnership with the Blackmagic Designs. What they have understood with Vision Pro right now is that they can't people can't use it for multiple hours, just like because it is so heavy and people are not getting used to it. So people who are buying Vision Pros are basically using it for entertainment. Even Tim Cook uses it is just to watch mostly entertainment videos, he says. But I think Vision Pro, what is right now, is just for entertainment. So what Apple wants is to people make videos. People like we want entertainment specifically that can be watched only through Vision Pro. That is, I think, Apple's strategy here is to give tools to creators to make this kind of videos, and those videos can be now used in Vision, can be used in Vision Pro, and everyone can watch it. So the big library of videos will be get you know published on Vision Pro. And now later of user of Vision Pro, like whenever Vision Pro 2 comes or Vision Pro Lite comes, people just can go and just like, if people are just buying it for entertainment use to just watch videos, now I think they can definitely have more library of videos. So I think it is a really good move from Apple to let other people, like let at least creators now, to make vision special videos and immersive videos on their Vision Pro. So that's it for Vision Pro. We are moving fast, I know, because there are lots of updates coming later also. So because I think just as they did, we want to spend majority of time in the AI intelligence later on. So next is they announce iOS 18. So when they announce iOS 18, I also mention here is also the Craig's entry. How he, whenever he comes on screen, is like a different energy. So I definitely like that guy. So just we will just get into the iOS 18 updates. So getting into iOS 18 updates, first they announced was home screen customization. So when they announce home screen customization, is just basically now you can put whenever the icons in our home screen according to you, whenever at whatever position you want. So and up until now you cannot use to place your apps whenever you want in your home screen. So that means, and up until now everyone's iPhone is just used to look same only. I was like, how is like, I was just mind blown by that thought. But now you can do customizable screens. uh, Home screen, you can now move apps in bulk, and one by one here and there, just whatever apps you want on your home screen. um, Also customization your app icons. So now Apple also now Apple also provides customization of app icon logos. So what that means is like whenever you hold and press, it will generate. So it will not generate. So whenever you tap and hold on screen and get on the plus icon customization themes, you will get options for app, like themes for app icons, and you can just like select colors whatever you want on your app icons on home screen. That is, you can choose whatever colors from it will first of all it will recommend you specific, uh, it will recommend you specific color from depending upon our wallpaper, or you can choose whatever the colors you want for app icons. But holding, like, stopping there, I think what I when they first announced this update of app icons, and whenever they're announcing it, and also it also on Apple now has specific dark mode. So now all app has two modes theme officially from iPhone, that Apple, that are light and dark themes. But what I what I was thinking was is now you can obviously customize whatever colors that app icon can have. But whenever, like when I saw the screenshot, even their own examples in WWDC event they were showing, it doesn't look good. It just gives the overall tint of that color to that app icon. So whenever they show an example of that, when Craig was showing it on the multiple examples just show in that in their keynote, and I was like, it doesn't look good. It is not customizable, or not I'm not customizing part, but it is not well developed to it point. It it doesn't look good in every color. So when nothing announce their own, even in their dark mode, even in their dark mode doesn't look good. That is what I'm saying. Their official, like light and dark modes, like dark mode, doesn't look good. Even so, when I was thinking that way, thinking out of what other like company does a really good job of this, was nothing. So nothing has their own icon packs they develop, so they have their own design language, obviously, as how other companies have. But nothing is as one company that has ever happened to me in all past years, is that I want to buy that nothing phone just for that icon pack. It is that good. And you can now, like, you can see their icon packs is so much well customizable, or even it is so much well integrated, or even to the point it is so much well designed to a point even which is an app icon so look good with the overall phone. So I think that convinced me to buy, that convinced me to just like those app icons of nothing just convinced me to buy that phone. But here Apple, when they announced you can customize whatever however you want, it felt like they're just like sliding it under the table, that um, customizable part. It, first of all, it doesn't look good right now. It is in beta. Beta testers are using it. So some of those things, screenshots I've seen on online from the developers who are testing it. So people who are testing it, they say most of the time it whitewashes it with one color, or even some apps doesn't get uh, even customizable even after selecting whatever colors you want app icons. So it is now in beta. Let's see how it works later on. Next update is larger icons in home screen. You can now customizable your icons to or however you want. Next big update was about their control center. That is what I really liked was, yeah. So now multiple new groups for control center. So now whenever you whenever you open the control center, is from a top of from top swipe. So now you have multiple tabs in control center. So that is a really good, I think, an update for I wanted for a longer period of time. That is a media control center. You can set up your media control, home controls as is shown in their keynotes. So it, you can even customize those all tabs however you want. That is a good update, I will definitely say. And control center was definitely one of those major things to be updated for longer period, for like past 2 years. It was just same. They were not even uh, paying attention to it for last couple of years, but now control center is good. I think majority of this, I think, updates what we are seeing now, it will definitely look good when we are using it and however we customize it. So at least we can now just discuss about it until we use it. We will definitely do a review, and uh, I will try. I will definitely. I do have an iPhone 15 Pro. I just bought it, but um, review is coming next week about iPhone 15 Pro. But I am not using a developer beta version right now because it is way too much buggy, and my entire and my phone is my main precious thing right now. I just don't want, because of that developers beta, my everything, uh, something happens to my files from my phones. But we will definitely use beta version, that is public beta version, that is more stable thing, that will be coming next month. So after controls center, that is after control center, I think in after control center, they are now, they also provide with more controls gallery, they say. So now to add new controls in your control center that are on multiple tabs, they have provided multiple widgets, you can say, in control gallery. And now each controls are also resizable according to whatever size you want. So new controller controls API for developers. New APIs are also being launched for developers to develop their app and to use their apps controls on the control center too. So that is all about control center, they say. Moving on to next forward is lock screen. Now you can also swap the camera and flashlight for different controls. So the lock screen, whenever the screen was locked, so the you up until now you cannot be able to change those both icons, camera and flashlight, for our camera and flashlight controls. So now you can just like change your uh, those two buttons to whatever you want, that is a Snapchat or even calculator or even like notes. You can just like control, you can just now control it too. So it is now more customizable, at least for now. I'm glad they added it. I definitely wanted that feature too. So I'm moving on to forward. So they also lock an app and hide an app. Though those are the two main features they majorly was focused on also when they were announcing the iOS 18 updates. So lock an app means authenticate your like locking, obviously lock an app means locking your app in a private folder, so nobody can see what those specific apps that you have locked in your phone. So that those app will be authenticated using Face ID, Touch ID, or your passcode, all three. Information from these locked apps won't be appear in other apps like notifications, like search, like call history. So whatever those apps are, let's say you have had Snapchat, like private messaging things that you want to log. So if those apps are locked, those app notification will not be shown. What does that mean is like those app notification will, even though your phone is locked and some people are using your phone, those phones will, those app notification won't be able to seen by not just them but you also. Like no one like those notification will not be able to seen. So that is lock an app. Second thing was hide an app. So you can hide an app basically, and it will be hidden in a separate folder in folder section of iPhone. So those were the two main updates. But moving forward to the privacy controls of iOS 18, where now you can add specific context to share to an app. And now, so what does that mean is like, so how basically does that mean is like, uh so let's just say apps like WhatsApp, messaging apps, or some specific like Snapchat, majority messaging apps want your control, not control. What I mean by wants your permission to access your contacts, to basically uh, uh, to use it basically, like WhatsApp wants to allow get information of your contacts, to even like show those people contacts on their list, what if they are available on WhatsApp or not. But now what Apple says is, according to their new iOS 18 updates, now you can specifically choose what contacts you want to allow them to see. So if, let's say, if when I'm using Snapchat, and uh, from those all thousands of like let's say from those 500 contact numbers that I have saved in my phone, I just want to share only 100 contacts with Snapchat. So I can customize whatever contacts, customize means whatever, customize my whatever my contacts I want to share with a Snapchat. So those only 100 contacts will be allowed or to get access to Snapchat, and the all remaining 400 that you are not selected will not be shared to those. I think that is a good update, whole good update. I don't know how many people will use it, but good to have it. Second thing about privacy control is now pairing in a new way. They say allowing only specific devices to connect, show, and not other devices in your home. So basically, what does it do is now, according to new privacy controls they have, whenever you are pairing a new device to your whenever you are pairing new device from your app, like let's say hair dryers, this they gave an example, let's say even a speaker, they through their app in your phone, they need network permissions to view visible network in your surroundings. So with this new updates, those apps won't be able to see your other devices on your homes. So if you are pairing and speaker, so that because app even if it is access, even if it has access to a network, it will not be able to see what other devices that are connected to your home. Pretty cool update. I also don't want any other devices to any other apps to see what other products I have in my house. Good privacy features, basically, I will say. So moving on to the messaging app, this RCS is finally added. So it is a big deal, even if they do not mention until the end of the iOS 18 update. Yeah, it's like when they were wrapping the iOS 18 update, they just like correct just said, now RCS is available. RCS is also available in messages, and I was like, they just slide it under the table of all of it. It is one of the most biggest also updates coming has come to messages app, according to all our, at least to our consumers. Because if you don't know what that whole thing is about, I have written whole 3 newsletters over it for past couple of months. I have covering this whole news about why RCS should be added to iPhones, why it is such a big deal, a whole green bubble versus blue bubble movement all over the internet. I have all covered it. So if you want to go there, if you want to know about it, why RCS was a big movement, then do check it. Do check those out newsletters. I will link down below in the description. Um, they just slides. They just like they didn't even mention in the whole keynote. They just like at the last moment they mentioned, and it was like hilarious of them. That is, I think, typical Apple thing to do. So moving on to the messaging app, that is, so what does that messaging app is like, those this feature will be all be available to message app of the iPhone, that is iMessage. So whoever uses iMessages for messaging, so now you can schedule your messages, tap backs for any message or stickers. So tap back feature is basically whenever you are, let's say, using messaging each other, and tap back is a feature. If you double tap your like it's a tap backs are gestures, like if you double tap your back or for your iPhone, you can get a screenshot. So you can also customize those for messaging app too. So now you are getting tap backs for emojis and stickers. So in messaging app, you can customize it to any app or any sticker or any uh, emojis whenever you want to react to a message. New text formatting, they announce with tone with text. So basically, whenever you are uh, having a chat with someone in iMessages, these all features that I'm saying right now will be only available in iMessage only. I don't know they will be available to all other messaging apps. For right now, they are only available in, I think, in um, in iMessage only. So what tone with text means here, I have written in that format, tone with text. So basically, whenever you are typing, let's say you are typing, I'm way too far away from you. So what does it emphasize in terms of reaction when you are texting is like you are far away from the person you are texting. So it will like type far away as like a basic. Here are the examples. It's difficult to explain, but what does it definitely, it's just like gets the emotion of the text whatever you are typing. Is like I'm very sad, then the text will be in like a sad format, I will say, tone with text, I will say. So this this is only available in iMessages. So another update was text effects. So what does text effect is basically it will suggest in key it will be suggested in your keyboards, or even choose your different text effects. So whatever text effects is definitely is text effects means bold or blown away text, is like the text with the text whatever you have written, and if you check, if you select blown away text effect, it will just blow us away those. It's just like different text effects for your, you can choose from those multiple text effects, or it can also suggest depending what you're typing. So it's just like how I've written in the notes only. It will it just work in iMessage or everywhere, we have to see this. But right now we can know at least there it is there. I think they will announce, I think some, with the help of new APIs they have announced. I think it can be done to all other messaging apps too. Let's see if other messaging app does that, does this text effects. So but if they want to allow it, they will announce the APIs for it, or they will they are Apple, they can definitely keep this only for iMessages too. So now moving on to next update in messages only. Now you can text someone via satellite. So even if you have don't any Wi-Fi or even internet connection on your phone device, you can have conversation with a person with messages via satellite. It, and those messages will be also be encrypted to end-to-end encryption. That is, it will be not be, those messages will also be not be breached or not be able to see anyone, but just the two of who are, just the people who are messaging each other. So and you can also uh, uh, the good thing about message via satellite, that is for non iMessage users. So for Android users, if you want to text, then you can do it to a message SMS messaging. So if you are an iPhone user and you want to text someone via satellite, if you don't have Wi-Fi or internet, you can text via SMS messaging. That is a normal messaging. It will be shown, it will be it will be given messages, it will send your message to an Android user too. But I don't know why they include SMS messaging on to non iMessages people. Yeah, does that mean the, because RCS is added now, people who, yeah. So I think it does. I think what they mean by non iMessages people is people who are not on iMessages, who have not enabled iMessages on their iPhone, and who have not enabled RCS on their phone, on Android phones. Even if you want to send those people messages, it will be going through SMS messaging. I think that's what it is. So these were all the updates on the messaging apps. Moving forward to mail app, I think so. Moving forward to mail app, so mail app is getting some pretty much good updates, which, because of when I was watching this keynote, I was like, okay, at least the mail is now usable. Because I definitely I use Gmail on my phones, and the mail app is terrible right now. You can't even use it, just because it, the features that Gmail provides, those are the basic features that Gmail provides. Mail cannot do that. But at least they pay attention to their mail this year, and they have updated some definitely important features that from now on, if those features like if those features work really well, and then I will definitely shift over to the mail app only. So I will definitely have multiple, like I can at least have two apps or mail for mail checking, not only one app, that is Gmail. But what does this new update says is on device categorization. So so now the all your mails will be categorized from primary, updates, transaction, and promotion. That is a whole new UI in your mail app. So those three buttons will be appear on top of your mail app. You can now all your mails will be categorized, that is, that are main emails, that are transaction by from that you have sent and people, we have mail sent to you in the primary. Then updates. What are updates? Mail means basically uh, let's say a newsletter or even a ticket that you have booked, those kind of updated mails. Transaction mails, obviously, and promotion mails, those all way mails will be now categorized into this section. This is basically just the Gmail already has this. Gmail from Google, it or it Gmail from Google always categorize in for this four categories: primary, transaction, promotion, and updates. So that's why I was using Gmail. So now Mail has it. Now at least I can use Mail. So these were the couple of new updates in Mail. Uh, Couple of small updates to the other apps, other iPhone apps that are specifically developed by Apple are Maps now have new topographic views, hiking routes. Now you can choose your hiking route, even form your own hiking route even in your map apps. And they also said the hiking all national park maps are available in your maps section, I think. They also said in on device. And wallet app gets a new update. uh, that is one of the most, I think, I want to say it is a big update, but I think it is specifically for those people who are in who are in Apple ecosystem. So what this new feature they have done in Apple Wallet is now tap to cash. So basically, however, so let it is the same feature. How it is the same feature, just like how sharing your contact happens now in iPhone, like tapping your iPhone on each other and your contacts will be shared. Just like that, tapping your phone each other, you can now send money to your friend, or having like whatever the examples they use on their keynote is where like paying your friend while like after dinner. So you have a dinner with your friends, now you are paying them with just tap on cash. So it is a good feature, but it definitely obviously works on Apple to Apple and who the people who have Apple Wallet. So Apple Cash, like Apple Card, and people who have stored money on their Apple Card, it will work on those, I think, those conditions only. So these are basically new updates for apps. They also announced the new game mode, but it is nothing. It is basically nothing. The game mode is like, I don't know why they every time. Last year also they did it. The game mode is nothing basically than just what it does on the phone previously. They just says it is game mode, but doesn't give us any kind of tools as for gamers to do on their phone. They're like customizable parts, whatever. If you are playing a certain if you are playing a certain games, whatever notification I want to mute, nerf down, or like only specific notification I want to get when I'm playing that specific games, nothing. They just like, I don't know what Craig was talking, but he just says new enhanced games, new high refresh gameplay for gamers, and I was like, dude, it already is there. Like game mode was nothing but just an bluff. But um, moving on towards the biggest app redesign they did this time was for photos. So photos had a biggest, I think, update as an app, I will definitely say. So the new photos have the whole new redesign for the app, all in a single view now, grid at the top and libraries just below it. So now the old photos app, uh, whenever you open photos app, it has categorization on the bottom that are albums or other or photos, like all photos on the bottom of the app. And whenever you used to open the app, you can get the grid first, and if you want to go to the albums, then you have to click on the album section, albums part that is on the below. But now it is more refined, I will definitely say. It is more it is more good looking UI design to even it. When I was seeing those app updates, those app design, it feels like I want to use that app for, like, you know it feels like to see your photos there in a good way. So what this new photos app does is basically it is now available in the whole one section. There are no different categorization of libraries, or like how small icons were in the bottom. So it is just in one single swipe. So this new update of photos, so this new redesign is all the grid photos, that is all photos in your app, whatever are there, will be available on the grid section as it was before only. But if you scroll down, you will get the other section they have created for in this new UI of the photos app. That is, one of them is collections. So collections are just like, you can say, collections are a new tab. Like if you want to see the collections, so that whole grid, so the grid contains your all photos. So below grid, if you swipe up, below grid, those whole part is now called collections. In that collections, you can customize, or even like, in that collection that contains your photos by topics. Like you can browse your photos by topics there, by trips or peoples and pets, even a star and favorite photos are all available on the collections. So that whole section down below is now called collection, and the upper section is called just the grid. So now in collection you can browse by topics like recent days. So one of the most, I think, really a good, I will say, collection, one of the good collection is like recent days collection. So in that recent days collection, whenever you tap it, so it will shows all the photos that you have taken today. If you swipe left, you will go one step back, and you will see all the photos that are taken from your iPhone on that section. You will jump to a different section, like different grid also. So so you have to, if you it is like just like you have to type on like recent days. You will now, whenever you tap on recent days collection, you will get the whole all photos in front of you of that specific day. Your of that day were all photos. Then if you swipe left, whatever, however times you take, it will take back to those days. It's like now the photos are sorted by days. So if, let's imagine you want like you want to see the all photos that you have taken from your phone yesterday. Now you can just go to collection in the recent days, swipe left. Okay, these are the all photos in front of you now available uh, in one like collect in one folder type, in a one folder in one grid. Also you can also share those all photos, just like you can also share those all photos that specific days at one tab only, like while selecting that sharing option. That is a big game changer definitely for me, because whenever you click photos, whenever you are on trips, like uh, for multiple days, it is, first of all, you don't have to sort now. uh, yeah, you don't have to sort now yourself. Okay, these are the photos for the trip, now these are the specific photos I want to share from the study. Now everything is available on already sorted. So if you just want to view, if you have just all been from a trip from last weekend, you can just go to the specific day and share that all photos in one go, in one tab, to whatever messaging app you are using. That is a really good feature, like recent days collection, that I really like. Also uh, so also now iPhone can recognize, now uh, there is another collection known as people and pets. So now they photos can recognize pets too in your people section. So it was just people's back, uh, it was just people and faces back then, but now it is more of an pets also available in there. And one of the, yeah, also now group of people is also available in pets and people and pets. So what does that mean is, like, if you say you have, if you say if you have more group photos, or even like couple photos, or even like photos with your bestie more. So iPhone can recognize group photos, individual, duo, those all will be recognized in the pets and people section of collections. That is a good update too. Now you can just, like, if you have photos with a specific person, majority of the uh, in your whole grid, it will also categorize those photos in pets and people, and you can go there and see those photos in one go too. That is a good collection there. Now there is a trip section. Browse by year, the autoplay. The trips are in a folder format. So trip section is also a collection, just like recent days and pets and people, but you can customize your own trips folder, and it has a different vibe. So whenever you click on a trips section, it will automatically recognize whatever vacations you have done to a specific places, according to the location, and it will obviously reorganize everything for you. But 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 it will always reorganize for you. And so whenever you go on the trip section, and when you tap uh, a specific trip, it has a new uh, or it has a new whole grid section. But in that grid section there will be one top autoplay section going on always whenever you tap a specific trip. So let's say you have gone to a specific beach trip, so the all photos and videos from that trips will be autoplay. Just it's like it will be just like a slideshow thing. So it is a good feature to have. And now you can also swipe between grids to see different section like likes, trips, and favorites. So overall, when you see this photos whole redesign UI, I think my interpretation of this whole thing is, um, they have made it easier to access everything, and they have made customization to another level, that now you have more customizable folders, now customizable people, and customizable trips with those all collections. And even they, I think the most best thing they did was to do the whole redesign of Photos app, because I'm not saying it was ugly before, because it is now more accessible, I will definitely say, because of the swiping gesture. Because swiping, one of the, like, it is one of the most easier gestures to do on our phone, like swiping up. That's why we like reels, TikToks, shorts, the swiping gesture. That's why majority of the people watch those. So now that's swiping gestures like left, right, going up, rather than just like tapping onto every folder. So there are now less taps and more swiping. Now just like because of that, you can see the more fluidity in that app, and also it is more easier to use for people. So it is a good whole new redesign update. Let's see how it works out. Let's start with audio and home. So in audio, it definitely comes their AirPod Pros, and some of their like tvOS. And so in AirPod OS, they introduce couple of new gestures. So if you want to now pick up a call, or even you have to deny a call, if you don't want to pick a call, there are two gestures that are simply, if you want to pick a call, it's just you have to just nod it, then it will pick call for you without even saying a word. Or if you don't want to pick up a call, you just have to say no like this, and it will know according to your movement sensors that you don't want to pick up your call. So these are some two new gestures that have been added to AirPods Pro, the latest one, I think from 2 only. I don't know if it is older AirPods are getting those. So another new feature, not new feature, it is already there, but I think it's the enhanced version of it, is just isolation of voice isolation, removes background noise specifically. So it doesn't has to be, it is not like a specific feature you have to turn on. It is just whenever you are having like having a call, whenever you are using and your AirPods, it will just get activated, and it is just like a more refined version that your voice will be clear to the another person you are called. It will automatically, it's just not a button on your phone, you have to press it. It automatically get, it's just a better voice call between you and your caller. That's it, voice isolation. So new gaming special audio API has been introduced. So now other gaming companies who make games can make their own special audio for AirPods Pro for their games. So they are introducing a new API for it to create special audio for your games. So developers are looking forward to, let's say I'm looking forward to it. But the first game that is available is Need for Speed, that is available in special audio. You can go check it out now. I do have AirPods Pro, and I will definitely give you a review of it in next podcast, how it works, how this spatial audio is different from a normal audio you listen in your normal headphones. So next week I will do a review of it, or I will just give my simple reviews here, so you can just see here. You can just know if you want to buy an AirPods just because of its spatial audio. I don't think you need it, but it's just a new feature just that the gaming features, whatever they adds in their OS updates, nothing but it's just nothing that the gaming features are nothing but simply what it is already there, and just say it out loud. It feels like they have added a gaming feature, but no. Like same in gaming mode, there is nothing gaming in mid, there is no gaming mode in iOS. Is like, why they even mention it in the keynote? So in home and audio, they also on some features in tvOS. So Apple TV Plus is their app where you watch TV series, specifically Apple series, Apple TV shows, movies. And so they announce insights to. So what does insights do in Apple TV Plus app is, whenever you are watching movie, it will, uh, whenever the whenever you are watching a movie, the video, when you will see an insights option below, and if you click it, it will give the information that is what going on our actual screen. So if there is audio playing, if there is an music playing in the background of a scene, or even whatever the actors are appear on the screen, their information and music will be given, that all information in that insights tab. It will just below the it will just pop out from the below of the key player, and you can see that information. It is just same as the, I think Prime has that. I don't know what they call it, but Prime has also the same, I think X-rays they call it. So you can, in even Prime 2, there is an option there where you can go and see a specific, same as insights, like what is going on screen, what music is playing on the specific moment, and even actors informations, and also the music. But one step ahead, Apple, what they did is, whenever the music is playing on whenever in insights there is music, you can just go there and now click, and just you can directly add the music from insights to your Apple Music, if you have Apple Music subscription, I think. So those were a couple of updates on tvOS Plus. New format has been added, 29 by 9 ratio format ratio to for projectors to view more immersive, uh, I think, in a more immersive way to view your movies or series. New enhanced dialogue for vocal clarity. So there will be a new option in video player of Apple TV Plus where you can go and select it, and you can, there are multiple audio options. That is, one of them is enhance audio. That is basically if you are not being able to hear the dialogues of whatever the actors are saying, if you just on the enhance dialogue option, it will now, after just turning it on, you will able to see clearly the voice of actors more, and the background music will be just lowered down. It is a seamless experience. They show in the keynote a couple of an example of it. It is a good feature to have, because sometimes whenever you are watching a movie, it's sometimes because it's sometimes because of a movie, or sometimes because of the speaker you're using, you can't hear the dialogues. So it is good to have that kind of function inbuilt in player only. So these are couple of updates in Apple TV Plus. Also, they have added new screensavers, choosing from different options like photos, portraits, and screensavers to show. More screensavers are available in now Apple TV Plus. New screens, they specifically new screensaver they announced was, no, show was the Snoopy and Woodstock screensaver, that will be default one whenever there will be no activity on your screen, the it will pop up the screensaver. So other couple of updates in home and tvOS are share play with HomePods. If you have Apple HomePod, guest access and home electricity will be shown on the Apple TV. So what does electricity means, like the amount of electricity that is being consumed. Subtitles on mute. These were some couple of small updates that are being updated on Apple TV Plus. So if you use Apple TV Home in the, if you are in that ecosystem, do check out. Some of them are really good. So let's just move forward. We have really more updates coming forward to discuss. So next they announced was Watch OS 11. So in Watch OS 11 there are a couple of, not big, there are only a couple of small updates that So what Apple Watch is basically a smartphone in your wrist, but it has so many options. It has already has so many options in build that majority of the people don't even use those. So we definitely needed and a specific app in it, or a good new UI design to for an watch to just see that data in one place. I think that's what they did in this WatchOS 11. Some of them are so main the new app that has the new function that has been integrated in WatchOS 11, that is, they say it is named as training loads. So training loads basically is you are setting your own workout intensity on your watch, and you can track your workout intensity from level 1, that is easy, to level 10, that is hardest. So it will show you a graph of the workout section that you have set, that is ideal for you, and it will show the actual workout graph that you are doing for a couple of weeks. So if the graph is up, then you are doing more workout than you should be doing. It's just an more uh, a a data analytical graph for you, for athletes, specifically for sports person who work out on daily basis. So it is a good data to have for yourself. It is inbuilt in watchOS. I think in health app only you can definitely go and see it, the help of the calorimetry data. It doesn't take a newer data, it just takes the calorimetry data and gives a new way of showing your data. So that is one of the main thing they talk about. Second thing is customization in your activity ring. Now you can adjust your goals by day of a week, specific days like Monday specific goals, Tuesday specific goals for calorie burns. Even pause your ring for a day so you don't miss your streaks. So these are a couple of small updates on activity rings. Vitals app, it is a new app they integrated in WatchOS 11 update, will be coming forward. See all your data like heartbeat, heart rate, or oxygen level, respiratory rate, and wrist temperature in a new way. It's just a really good way of checking those metrics. So Apple already even now takes your heart rate, oxygen level, respiratory rate, and even wrist temperature all the time, even every seconds. So there was not a, I think, for before you always can check it, but now there is specific apps that all those datas are in gather there, like with the help of all the data of that has been taken from you, from that watch, to in that one app. So it's just a better way of showing your data on your wrist, so you always don't have to check your phone and get that graph if it's just like if this week your heart rate or oxygen level was low or high. It's just you will see on those vital apps if your data, if that all data in one specific app only on watch. So it's a good thing to have. Another new couple of new features were new widgets for Apple, who were new widgets, also live activities in those widgets are available now. Double tap API, they also announced the double tap API. So last year when they announced a new feature in watchOS, that they announced a double tap feature. So whenever you double tap these two fingers, it can do it has those specific functions when you double tap your fingers. But now that double tap feature is now API is available for double tap feature. What does that mean is that all apps specifically on watch, all whatever apps you are using, those developers can use those double tap API and integrate the double tap feature on their specific app function too. So if you are using something, a specific app, if they have, now they can integrate double tap feature in their own app too, so developers can use it. So these were basically couple of updates in WatchOS 11. Uh, so basic update is another small update is the health app on your phone will also display pregnancy across all charts and give you notified when there is higher heart rate. So it is like they say in their keynote is that in during pregnancy you always get high heart rate, so it will always notify you whenever you get high heart rates whenever you have. So the thing is, I don't use Apple Watch for myself, so I don't know how these features are usable for people who use it on daily basis. I don't have any kind of watch on my hand, but I just wanted to share those things to you. These things are available. There are not a big leap of any kind of new big feature to even discuss in the WatchOS 11. So let's just get move forward to the iPad OS that lot of people are looking forward to using this. So in iPadOS, it basically how whatever the functions that we discuss in iOS 18, that is it's got screen customization. You can put your ads wherever you wanted on the home screen. You can customize it, even customize the color of icons, even control centers, even new control center is also will be available. So basically everything that does iOS 18 does in the iPadOS, but just in a bigger screen. But couple of new big updates on iPadOS that will I think will be more usable for people. A big I think those are kind of big features that majority of the people will use it because iPad is one of their favorite Apple products for longer period of time. So couple of before getting to the main updates, couple of things they added to iPad this year were the floating tab bar. Customize it according to you. So floating tab bars is whenever you are using specific app like notes, there will be tab floating at the upper side of the tab, say upper side of the tab, where there will be tabs in couple will having couple of options in it. You can even customize that floating tab. So because of that floating tab you get more customization and more used to it will be more useful for if you are using the specific apps. I don't know how useful it will be because I also just like watch, I don't use iPad. So in while taking notes, and it will be available on all basic apps, and like in iPad, in journal, in their basic at least Apple apps, and they say it will be also available for the other third-party apps too. You can customize it according to your needs. Second thing is redesign for all apps also. So they also redesigned couple their all apps. So they added new smaller new animations and a new UI to those apps. So you can see here on screen these are a couple of new redesign they did with their all apps. It is a small thing, but a UI change can definitely uh, it definitely can be a feel good thing for user experience. So it will be looking forward how they got work how those work actually those new redesigns. Screen share, remotely control your iPad or even your or whatever your friend's iPad. So screen sharing is one of the most uh, I think wanted feature. Like people wanted that feature for so many a period of time. Whoever people use iPads, I'm seeing on the Twitter timeline when they announced this, it people were like, thank God, finally, not finally, but like people were not expecting screen sharing, but it is one of those updates that you always wanted, especially whenever you want to help someone from like which is in other city other country, to help him to to let something that to let him, to just help him what is happening in his iPad, what you want to explain it. But it is a good feature to have. So the biggest update that we are talking about in iPad OS is the calculator app finally coming. So when I was watching the keynote of this when I was watching the keynote live, and I was also on side by side also scrolling on Twitter on live news, especially people like iJustin, MKBHD. They specifically live tweets the reactions and whatever happening in the keynote. Even though I was watching, they just post people's reactions there. So MKBHD tweeted is that the calculator app got most sharing of all the updates till now in the keynote. So they finally announced the calculator app. So it was a long term joke on the tech, in the tech industry, for calculator to not have an ipad, sorry, to not have a calculator in it. Even they just announced the newer iPads have M4 chips, the, the most powerful chip that Apple had ever made, that is in iPad. And iPad cannot even do a simple calculator app in it, but they finally announced it. So when they announced the calculator app, it was just simple. It's just like a bigger version of what it looks in your phone, and a bit updated version, but same UI. But what the latter did with that calculator app was just mind blowing for me at least. So they announced the new app called MathNote, and it is also integrated in your calculator app also. But what MathNote does is simply, and it simply looks like your basic notes app in your iPad, but it is basically uh, whenever you write some equations, simple mathematical sums like adding numbers, multiplying, even those. So it's just like having a tab in your hand and writing the equation you have, or even writing the addition numbers. So these are the addition numbers, and it will give you an answer. So it was like when you see those videos, or how the demos they shows in the demos they showed on the evil keynote was best, just awesome. It's like basically using multiple models in the background. It is basic is It's using AI models in the background, but they never uh, I think in the keynote they never mention about AI in it, but it's AI. It is using AI in the background to do it in the live, whatever you are doing on that math note. So it is, when I saw those math note experience, how they were using it, like even doing 49 multiplied by, let's say, 30, like you just put equal to sign in front of that, and it will give you answer. Not even just equal to sign, if you just like put numbers in an vertical form, and you just say add those all numbers, you just put add signs in the end, and you just put a dash in the end, and it will definitely give add up those all numbers and give you an answer in the end. So it is a really really good features, because we people like do use majority calculator app to add a couple of things, or for basic things like, okay, we just bought couple of things, now we need to know how many uh, things we bought and how the amount is there, and we just do the calculation every time. Like these are some basic things. We are not even talking about those great equations that students will be using in for this app for. But even using this app for daily using, for daily home users, like if like some people just buy iPad to just put it on their table and to write notes it in, for putting grocery notes, whatever you want to buy in it. Those are those. There are also people for that too, or some people just buy it for entertainment. So iPad is that home device, you know, to have to get it. But now with those, with the help of these math notes, whenever you pull out, you don't have to pull out and calculator app in your phone or even in iPad also. But whenever you, so you have to just pull this math note app, and you just like write those numbers and just say add it, and it will add for all for you. It is a good way of doing mathematical mathematical problem solving and doing your work. And it is a really good feature. I think we have also seen demos. Lots of people will review it later. Especially the developer beta version is coming, is out right now. People are testing it. So MathNote is one of the most, I think, that was one of the most one of those features. When I saw it, it was like I hyped up. Like I was like, dude, they just did something new this year at least, because all those updates before they're coming to this point were like basic. And yeah, like it is good, but what is that one thing that Apple does in Apple way? You know, they always do one thing or one or two things in their keynote is like totally in the Apple way of doing it, and they nailed it in the calculator app. That they did the biggest, they converted their biggest joke into biggest like feature this in this WWDC. So math notes, big feature. Let's see how the reviews are going in, like how people use it, and we will definitely see reviews of it, and I will definitely recommend if some people do it. And we will talk it in the next week how it works and how it plays out everything. So after math notes, they also uh, a new feature, a new update in smart scripts. So they, what the smart script does, it just refines your handwriting, and a couple of small things in smart scripts. It's like it refines your handwriting. What does that mean? Is like you, whenever you take notes on your iPad, it happens whenever you are taking notes, there are more spacing in between the letters. There are you go slanting just because there are no lines. It's, you are not writing in a book, so sometimes you, whenever you are writing, you go down, while this sometimes it will adjust live. Whenever you are writing it, you can see that it is getting adjusted before. It is just, it is, you are only editing but in a refined way, in a good looking, like in a good format. It just like refines your handwriting and give your notes a proper look. Second thing they did in smart script was paste text, and it will appear in your handwriting. So whenever you copy text from some notes and you want to paste in it in your notes, let's say you copy something specific from a specific article from Google search, you just copy it and you paste it to your notes that you have written, then it will automatically detect your handwriting, and whatever you want to paste it, it will be pasted in your own handwriting. That is a good thing to have. Tap and hold to move text. So if you want to move now your text from, like let's say if you just want to move, you have to tap and hold that text, and then with the help of pencil you can move it. Now also scratch to erase, you can now scratch the part whatever you want to erase with your Apple like pencil, just scratch it on this whatever the text part and it will get removed. So these are some couple of updates. So the reason I'm not even talking about this majorly is just because I don't have iPad OS. Oh, sorry, I don't even have iPad. So to talk about these features, I definitely need to use this. So how big of a deal it is for me. The reason why I reacted so much big about the calculator app, the math notes, it is just not a big deal for Math Note is not just a big feature, but the calculator joke was going on the internet for a while, so that was a big thing. But the other updates, whatever I see on iPad OS, Watch OS, are just like okay, those are updates. But the thing is, I can't test it right now. But I just wanted to like we are covering why we are covering here everything. Why just let put them down? So here are the all up iPad OS and Watch OS 11 updates. So moving forward to Mac OS Sequoia, Mac OS, the new Mac OS is known as Mac OS Sequoia, Sequia, I believe. Yep. So uh, all features from iPad OS iOS 18 will be here, like Math Note, text format, and maps feature like new topographical map they announced in the iOS 18. Same all features. Couple of new features in continuity of their macOS is the biggest one was iPhone mirroring. Now you can mirror your own iPhone in Mac OS. So it will be an app in the bottom in your, I don't know what they call it, but taskbar I will say. So it will be because I use an Windows laptop, I don't know how much of a big deal it is, because you can always do it. You always can do it in your Windows laptop for all like for years now. But yeah, iPhone mirroring, you can do it. It will be an app in the control center. No, not control center. They call, I don't know what they call it in Mac OS, MacBook, but in the taskbar below there will be an app. You can just click it and your iPhone will get automatically will be I think mirror. You don't have to do anything else. So whenever you click on that icon and whenever the phone is mirroring, your iPhone stays locked. So there are no movements there. But iPhone mirroring, then iPhone notification to macOS, sharing photos, videos like drag and drop. So whenever you are doing iPhone mirroring, iPhone notification will be also pop up in your MacBook only on the upper side of the screen, and sharing photos and videos will be also like drag and drop, how you imagine how you do in folders. Just like whenever you want to move photos, whenever you want to copy photos from your iPhone to Mac OS, so a MacBook, you just drag it and it will, you can drop it on the MacBook. And if you want to move it from your MacBook to iPhone, you can just drag and drop there. Video call on Mac got a couple of updates: background change and screen presentation. So background change is just basically you can change your background whatever you wanted. And screen presentation, now you can present the screen. Now I think in video call they say a couple of, these are a couple of small updates. Some of the big updates they talk is was like a big deal in MacBook was Windows. They say tiles, they don't say Windows. In for the specific tabs are open, they say tiles. So tile snipping, just like Windows 11 they updated in the MacBook. Now you can do Windows snipping just like how you be do in Windows 11. It was also available in Windows 10 also, but yeah, it is in MacBook now too. So one of the most I think uh, one of the most I think from all those apps, one of the most I was uh, not I was like looking forward to it was like the password app. So I heard, so before the event I read couple of articles where they were predicting that iPad, sorry, MacBook, Mac OS will introduce couple of not couple of password apps for everyone. Like it will be a password app for not just like all Apple products for, but it will be also will be available for Windows users too. This says specifically when they announce this password app will be available to all MacBook, iPad, iPhone, and also all the Windows users. So it's just basically an app to store your passwords. That's it. But I think there's in passwords it is also be will be integrated passkeys, like if your PC has a reader, it can fingerprint reader, it can use it as a passkey to authenticate your uh, identity. So I think password will app will also have that. So let's see. I will test it. It's not out yet. It will be out in couple of days or in next week. We will test it on Windows because I have a Windows laptop here. So couple of so after passwords, I have some small updates in Safari. Now Safari has highlights, summaries right next to article, and viewer. Viewer means picture in picture. So these are the three main, I think, updates in Safari. I don't use Safari mostly. I just use browsers like Chrome. I know, uh, Opera, Arc, and Edge. I use basically all browsers for all different types of tasks, but one of my favorite browsers is using Opera and Arc. They provide a couple of good features in them, and it is also good looking UI. Especially Arc has a different way of surfing on the internet. So I would recommend Arc if you want to switch to any kind of any kind of different browser if you want. It is a good browser. I have been using for it for I had for Windows. It came first for MacBook, then it came for Windows. I was also and I had early access, so I'm using for like 3 to 4 months now. So these are the all OS update: Mac OS, iPad, iOS, WatchOS, tvOS, visionOS. These were the all OS update we talk about up until this point. But now on from here point, let's discuss AI, Apple intelligence. So before getting into that, I will just drink some water. Let's talk about the Apple intelligence. So before going into this whole Apple intelligence features, how they announce it, their partner with ChatGPT. Last week we did an episode, obviously, as we are starting this podcast. The second episode of our podcast, I uploaded it last week, and in that end, uh, of that, when you go to the end of the episode, I did couple of WWDC AI moments. What are the AI features I want uh, on Apple ecosystem, basically, at least on iPhone. What are the features? Because they have already the most powerful chip. They make their own most powerful chip that are M silicon chip, Apple silicon they call it, M series, M1, M2, M3, and M4 now. In iPhones, they have their Bionic chip, A17 Pro, the latest chip in 15 Pros. So, and in iPad, they use M4 chip now. In latest iPhone or in latest iPad, Vision Pro also has powerful chip like M and own R. I think R1 chip, they call it for specifically Vision. But so what I'm trying to say is that they already have big their own powerful chips. They already have it. So I was looking forward to whatever they, what are they going to do, what will be the movement, what will be the Apple's AI movement this year, because lots of companies have their Apple AI, like their AI movements this year. Like Microsoft had their Copilot plus PCs era. They did their event. It did well. It did well went. Did it did well went, but had a couple of uh, drawbacks, including the potential threat of recall function. Uh, their biggest feature they drop in their event. But google has always Google has been always been questioned about our privacy all the time, but they never seem to answer us. But Apple is one of those companies who always look forward to the people's privacy most. But what the major thing about this AI is that your device power is not that much, is your devices are not that much capable to do those AI tasks on device for right now. So whatever the AI tasks you want your device to do, it always has to go to the cloud, to their servers to do those tasks. So whenever the features you use on your phones, you whatever you want to use, always callbacks to the servers. It always has the potential of data leak or even data selling threats for users. So I was looking forward to it, how will handle the Apple's privacy control policy, is like how they will convince their users, their Apple users, is that whatever the AI features they are using, integrating in their Apple products is uh, is not just on device, but we are protecting your data, and your data won't be able, other people won't, like we will also not be able to use your data even if you use those AI features. So these were a couple of concerns before going to before watching the event. But even before that, if you go and watch that episode last week's, I did a couple of my predictions of what features I wanted. I think every prediction did got right. Couple of prediction, like background removal. I think Siri update was obviously coming. That they will obviously have a big update for Siri because they have their own assistants. So they obviously want to have integrated Siri, have AI in their Siri. And I definitely wanted a redesign for the Photos app. They did it in iOS 18 update, but the uh, I also wanted couple of features like how Google provides in editing tools in their AI, in their Photos app, is like background removal, object moving, those kind of things. But now their Apple had provided some couple of features, but most of the predictions were right. So I am happy about that. Now let's start with Apple Intelligence, what they talk about. So they started with the three main concepts what they wanted the AI to do. First, the four concepts are language, image, action, personal context. So these are the four main things that AI will be using. AI will be using to give you a better, let's say, your better features to your on device whatever you are using it. So they talk for first couple of minutes, they do talk about these four few things, like the AI will be categorized in these four things. That is language. It will be used in the language, like in while, let's say, using the uh, let's say what does language means is, let's say, so let's just get on the features, then we will talk how those features gets fit into these four categories they just explain. They just like saying like start of the AI keynote, that is language, images, action and personal context. They talk about it and they say those AI features are based on those four fundamental things they are based on. So AI should also be able to do language. AI uses image, contextual image search, action, able to do action, and personal context, retrieve and analyze most relevant data of yours and give you more relevant answers to your questions. But let's just start with the features. So features, and before starting the AI, this whole, I think, AI features and uh, discussing about it, this the all these AI features will only be coming to the new 15 Pros, not even 15 or 15 Plus, but only for 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max. All MacBook who has M1 or later chips, like for all M1, M2, M3, and M4, all iPads who has obviously M series chip. So Apple uses even iPhone 14, 13, or whatever the Apple phones or even iPad, older iPads or we are using, they won't be able to have these features. They say it is a totally different architecture to use these new AI features that are neural engines specifically. So neural engines are only on the newly Apple Silicon chips in M series and in 17 Pro. So majority of the work, whatever they told in their keynote, is done on device processing. They already have a computational foundation with whatever the device I talk, like A17 Pro in 50, i15 Pros, M series in MacBooks and iPads. They already have an neural engine already baked in before even like for past couple of years, and this like last year they baked it in their A17 Pro. So they, first of all, because of their foundational uh, uh, already have computational foundation on their own device. So everything AI features whatever they have introduced in there are done on devices, on device processing only. So if you don't I think if you don't know Apple or has done it before also, is like they already have an hardware feature, like specific feature in their in their device baked in, but they just don't turn it on or don't even use that feature, and they just announce in the latter upcoming uh, updates, like next WWDC, just like how this M series like M1, M2, M3, and M4 and A17 Pro already have a neural engine baked in, but we didn't get the whole power of it just because there was no AI. So this year they wanted to go with AI, but they already have it, a neural engine. Now they are using the whole capacity of it. So they have already done it with the iPod, that when the first iPod came, it already had the Bluetooth in baked in it, but they intentionally turn it off and turn it on in later on in next WWDCs, and shown it as like a feature for I think Sony shown it as like a feature in their iPod like that year. So saying that, moving forward, so before talking about AI features, they talk about how they are concerns about people's data and people's privacy on about AI, and they just want that AI to be more, people to use more AI to help their lives, but their data is also important, just like how Apple is every year. We are like, your privacy is more important. That is how Apple is. So they talk about a term called semantic index. So what does that semantic index means is it organizes all your information across all your apps. So when you make a request, it uses semantic index to feed it to generative models. It is on device. So what is a semantic index means is like it is a organized way to keep your apps on your device. Like this image just shown on the event keynote, you can see here, this is known as a semantic index. What does that mean? It just organizes all your information across all your apps in that way, and whenever you want to use those AI features from that specific app or even on device, then the with the help of semantic index, how it is organized, the generative models will get feed from those specific apps whatever the information they need. So this all happens on device on the neural engines already have. But to do more complex tasks request while having privacy protected privacy for people, now there will be more servers. So they call their new servers known as private cloud computing. What does that mean is simply that with their help of silicon, their new silicon chip that are developed specifically for this, their private cloud computing is a is a cloud computing server generative where all the generative tasks like AI tasks will be done, which are more complex and which cannot be do on your own device. So couple of things about this private cloud computing they announce is independent experts can inspect the code that runs on the servers to verify these privacy promises. It also ensures your iPhone, iPad, and Mac will refuse to talk to a server unless its software has been publicly logged for inspection. So basically, what they wanted to do, what Apple wanted to do is to make those cloud recalls for AI features to be more secure. So they built new a private cloud computing just for this AI computational to do get to do on those cloud servers. So couple of things about is that independent experts, what do they mean by independent experts is means the cybersecurity guys who can log in and check the code running on these servers if is there any leak, or they can verify what it is going on the servers, not seeing your data. They just verifies what code runs and verify that your data is not leaking from Apple part at least. So it is a big part I think it will play, because all these companies from Google, uh, I think Google, even Microsoft had their own servers. So like as I say, like I said earlier, that had their Apple have their own policies, like we are the company who protects people's data, we are the privacy company. So doing this in their uh, doing this in the uh, doing private cloud computing, I think was one of the most Apple way to say is like we care about your data, we care about your privacy, and that's why we are doing this. And I think I don't know how it will play in future, like how, like it's up to the cyber security guys to check it out, like how the servers work properly or not. But as a consumer of Apple product who watches these keynotes and who watches these keynotes, and I think after uh, seeing all this private computing stuff, it, it feels reassurance from Apple that my data is not going anywhere. At least it feels that way. When on the other side of it, whenever I see Google events like Google I/O or even Microsoft event, they specifically never talk about how privacy will be in their control in the whenever they use those AI features, whenever their data is going to those clouds. But Apple is one of those companies who care about it. Like at least they show they care about it. The thing is, definitely Microsoft and Google also care about your data, but they never focuses on this part of the thing. Is like we want to protect your data and this, these things. But Apple started with their AI intelligence, like AI stuff with privacy only. Like their first concern and their first point was before getting into the privacy features, like they want to show how people, like they are protecting their data and how this is all private. So it is a good move from Apple, I will definitely say. So let's just move forward to it. I think there will be more coming forward in future about how this private cloud computing will be working, how the codes will be running house. Like we will definitely get few updates in future, like in couple of weeks only. And cyber security guys who will be logged in always and checking those codes running. But moving forward, couple of big features they announce. Sorry. So moving forward, couple of big features they announce in AI was their voice assistant Siri. Let's just get into the Siri updates now. So Siri is their voice assistant for past decade when they introduced first Siri, but it has never been steadily growing over the time. And for the past couple of years, I think they used to never even mention Siri and what are the couple of updates they were doing on the background. But Siri is one of those voice assistants in Apple that for me I definitely do use it, but for only one feature, that is to set my alarms and to set my alarms off, or even that. Yeah, that is a basic Siri feature that I only use it. But Siri has couple of new features. There is new overall all they redesigned the all Siri look or all over the app. So now whenever you call Siri, it will be a glowing light all over the device, and to whenever it gets activated. So couple of things that Siri will from now will know, that are con- conversational contacts, type to Siri. So what does type to Siri means is like we have to, now you can even type to Siri is you have to hold the you have to tap and hold the bottom bar of your iPhone, or and it will pop a keyboard, and you can just type it and set your alarm silently, like this show in their keynote. And conversational context is just like uh, from like whenever you are talking to Siri. So let's just like have you are having a long conversation with Siri for like for 5 minutes now, then you get quiet for it for a minute, and then again after a while you call Siri and say to Siri, it's like, hey, Can we recall our conversation from back 5 minutes ago, what we are talking, and it can get it now. So it is a good thing to have on-screen awareness. So on-screen awareness means what whenever you are using an app, let's whatever you are using, you can ask the question what is front of in your screen. So let's say you are in Google Chrome and just seeing an article, and you go, you see something, a word in front of you or even a sentence, and you can go and say, hey Siri, explain me this, and it will look on to your screen, look in your screen what you are seeing, and it will give your answer based on that. In-app actions across app 2, app intents framework. So those both features that are in-app actions. So Siri now can answer thousands of questions like this. See, I haven't updated my Siri because, and this whole new AI updates are coming later this year. So they are not even coming this year. So it's not even testable for me right now. But there are a lot, they, as they say, there are now thousands of questions you can ask to Siri. App intents is one of their frameworks in they are introducing. So in app intents there are, it will be you can set actions for Siri. Let's say, like, they gave a couple of examples in the keynote, but the thing is with the app intents, it's just like a framework, and it has to be set by the developers, I think. So they are introducing an app intent framework for people to do more actions, Siri actions with their within their apps. So it was one of the couple of features they announced in the Siri. But moving forward is personal context, like how it is, like I said before, what a conversational context means. Personal context is same, but it is more about you. You can ask Siri if you don't remember where it was. So basically because of on-screen awareness, you can just ask Siri, hey Siri, do you know where in the files folder that has saved these specific files that is about this, then Siri will search it for you and give it to you. But it's basically, it's just like it's searching for you on your own device. It's just like how I think Windows recall function is, like you want to search something whatever you had done on the uh, if you're in your PC, and now you can, it's just like that in the Siri too. It's like you can ask Siri whatever the things you can't remember well. It's like, hey Siri, can you pull out the can you pull out can you, hey Siri, can you have pull out the conversation I had last night with my friend, specific friend you want to have. Those kind of things can be done now on Siri. It is a good feature to have. While filling forms, Siri will able to find a specific information from your phone, even photos like driver license. Its awareness will help you, like getting to know the plans you have made casually while texting someone. It's basically saying it is because of the on-screen awareness, it knows what you're doing on your device. So let's say you made a casual plans with someone while texting yesterday, and if you just ask Siri, hey Siri, what are the plans I did made it for today? It will remember that while texting so one of your friend, you said is like, let's meet up at 4 a.m. today, and Siri will understand it. You had a made plan today. Those kind of things. Even pulling out specific photos you wanted, just like they gave an examples of a driver's license while filling a form, and it can pull out that specific photos, or even it because of its awareness, it will directly pull it from your photos, or even just you can ask it, hey Siri, pull out the driver's license photo from my photos app. It will pull out for you. So these were the couple of updates in Siri. Siri had a couple of big updates this year, and the thing is, these all function features that they announce is just like I can't test it right now. Like I have to go at least I think for 1 month to get this update AI feature. I just don't know how when these AI features will be available for right now. At least for now, I am recording. This is just the next day that I'm recording the podcast from the event. So I'm recording it pretty quick, but I think on the until the next podcast from like till the next week we will get the idea like when these specifically AI features Apple Intelligence will be available on your devices. So moving forward from Siri, they introduce couple of writing tools features are is like rewrite, tone change, proofreading. So what writing tools is means is like whenever you use apps like app notes app, journal app, specific notes app in your ipad or even like in your macbook, uh, there will be a writing tool just like besides it. It will be a, like a option or like a write like I think a style of a writing tool window. Aside you can rewrite your specific emails, rewrite your specific notes that you have written in a refined way, just like, and you can even change that while rewriting your specific notes or specific email you want to rewrite in specific tones, whatever like a professional tone, a sad, those kind of things you can do it in the rewrite function. Proofreading, it also does proofreading for you. So let's say whatever the information, so notes that you have written all in the notes app, and you just select the proofreading, it will check the spellings, grammatical mistakes, everything. And just like what Grammarly does for you is like Grammarly is an app is just intended for that, like it does proofreading for you, it changes tones and gives you suggestions of what will be the best option. It will be just like that in your inbuilt, like you don't have to like get anything different. It's system wide, even third party apps can use it, like they say. Like it will be not just available for the Apple based apps, but it will be also will be this writing tool will be also available in the third party apps. So even if you are not using a notes app from Apple, it will be also available whatever the notes app you use in your MacBook or iPad. So good feature. Second, moving on from writing tools, smart reply was the next one. So what the smart reply means is that specifically they talk about mails only. So now it can give you suggestions based on your emails. Let's say you get an email, let's say you get an email from someone about an update, like okay, I'm a casual, not a casual email, but like a email like let's say okay, email from your friend like okay, I'm thank you for your advice for this, I'm working on it, but thank you. Let's say an email is containing those kind of word. After so now it can read your emails, I think, and based on your emails it will give you suggestions to whatever the reply should be. Let's say thank you, and it will write emails for you. It's just basically what Gmail does. Like Gmail is doing it for like past year, is like it gives you suggestive emails in your mail, is like in the bottom, like whenever the emails is whenever you see an email there is also the suggestion in the bottom of that email, like how you want to reply, saying thank you, it's okay, okay, thanks for the update, those kind of things suggest to emails. So then there are summaries of email in index font without even getting into that email. So like how we say in iOS, like in this new OS updates, the in their mail app specifically, the they are now categorized into primary, transactional, like transactional, promotional, these kind of three categories. Now whenever you go on and open the email app, it will be already summarized in front of you, so you just don't even have to go in and get a summarized version of your email. It will always appear whenever you see those emails, whatever you have it in one or two lines, it will always give a summarized answer what that email contains. That is what does that summarize of email means. Determines what urgent. So basically, uh, email summary. So basically, now it knows whatever emails you are getting. Based on that, whatever the emails are urgent basis, it will just give it a top priority in that. So they also did a summarizing in the notification too. So notification center for at least for iPhone is basically same for past 2 or 3 years. It is majorly cluttered. So most of my apps are notification are turned off, but with the help of new obviously new AI, the notifications are also summarized. So let's say there is conversational happening in a specific group, it can come summarize all that whatever is happening in the notification center only, so you know already know even before getting into that group what is happening because of the summarized note in the notification only. In notification before even going to that specific messaging app, it will get your messages will be summarized already in the notification center, even to the point where it also knows what will be urgent to show. So with the help of this new AI, the it knows what messages are urgent, and those messages will be pop more upward in those notification panel, and you will know that is the that message will be the most urgent. You have to look for it into, like let's say if it is an update you want to get into it, it knows and it will give a priority of notifications. What are the new what are the priority of this new notifications are. So let's say you get bunch of 10 to 15 messages. In that 10 to 15 messages, what are the most important you should look for right now. It will give you just like a ranking thing, not a ranking like 1 2 3 4. It will just pop up that the most important one for you. That is so they also announce a new focus in the in multiple focus. So Apple has multiple focus like personal focus, sleep mode focus, like work focus. So you can even customize and make your own focus thing and customize your whole notifications around it. So there is new focus in it called reduce interruptions. It understands content of your notifications to selectively surfaces only the ones that need it. So it is one of a new focus that has been updated. So couple of big updates after that are Genmoji. Genmoji is basically just creating your own emojis on your phone with the help of keyboard. Like you just have to prompt it whatever the emojis you wanted. Let's say a smiley with watermelon eyes in it, those kind of emojis. Like if you are into those kind of things, you can do it. Genmoji provide a description and it gives you the emoji and create your own emoji with it. Even image creating your own face as an emoji too is also can be done. But after Genmoji, they announce their image playground. So what does image playground does is it gives you a couple of themes. to just, it is just a image generation, in image generation app inbuilt. So it gives you three types of image generating themes, that is, I think, illustration, sketch, and animation. These are the three anime. These are the three themes in those illustration, in those image playground app will be there. So you can make a specific image, and between choosing those from choosing those three different styles, that is illustration style, sketch, and animation, it also gives suggestions. But image playground is not even just a dedicated app, it will be also baked in your iMessages. So whenever you want to create an image, there will be an option in your keyboard. So you just tap there and you can create your own image, or in app also. So it, you just, like, you don't always have to hop into the image playground app and give uh, create an image, then you go to the messaging iMessages and then send it. You can always in, at least in iMessages, you can create image of these three themes in app also. So these images can work from three. uh, so how does image generation works is like, choose, you have to choose from couple of themes, customs, places, etc. Like places, and like say styles, one of the, you have to, like, you just like customize whatever the type of image you want to create, and choose the theme of the image, how do you want to be, like sketch, animation, or illustration, and it will give you the image. You can also give the description of how you want to the image, and also it also you can giving your own description, the image can, you can create your own image and send it on in-app in iMessages. For now it is available for iMessages, in iMessages only, but they have also API is also available for the developer. So apps like WhatsApp, Telegram can use this API and can build and can integrate image playground in their own app also. So image playground will also have a dedicated app in your phone, so you can always make, go there and make different kind of images. But it is also is available in messages, like right now for iMessages. So after image playground, they announce an image wand or name feature. It is available on notes. So what it does is, like, it transforms your rough sketch and gives you a polished image. So basically, whatever the rough sketch you are done in your notes while doing notes, let's say you have done your notes, and whatever the rough sketch you are given, you just, I think, you have to circle it, and circle and hold it, and it will recognize what are, for the notes you have written, and on the base of that notes, what images that you have rough sketches there, and based on that, it will give you an polished image of that specific image you have drawn it. A cool thing to have. Even circling empty spaces in notes, besides a note or just empty spaces in it, it understands the notes and gives you an image based on it. So if, like, let's say you have written specific notes in your notes app, you can just like circle into the empty spaces of that notes, and it will understand what on what subject, on top what topics are specifically in those notes are, and it will give, and it will create its own generative image based on your notes, and it will show you there. Is circle to hold function, like gesture, you have to circle it and hold it there, and it will give you a new feature, like a new image in that empty spaces of that notes. So moving forward to photos app. Photos app, just like I talked last week, needed some couple of updates in AI. So they bought a couple of tools in photos app. That is, first is cleanup tool. Cleanup tool is just the background removal tool you always wanted. So it is just like how the Google's background removal works. So whenever you click an photo, if you want to remove a specific person, specific object from your background of an image, you just have to circle it, and it will get removed. Then natural language search for photos and videos. It's contextual search now. So whenever you want to search in Photos app, you can just search like, okay, uh, let's say you search now specific beach name, let's say uh, Goa beach. You, if you say like last month you had gone to the Goa beach, then you can just search in your search or in your photos just like a Goa beach, and it will show the all photos of Goa's beach if you have turned on your location on while taking photos. Or even not just for locations, like let's say if you want to search an image of yours, let's say uh, my photos in blue t-shirt, it knows what you are searching a image that contains that you are wearing a blue t-shirt in it. Those kind of contextual natural language awareness is also available in, because of this new AI. Apple Intelligence is also in Photos app now. Memory movie using natural language and image understanding. Memory movie is just uh, same what it is right now in your Photos app. It What a memory movie is basically, it Photos app gets a couple of your photos and makes a video of it and puts its own song there. So memory movie also gets a couple of natural language and image understanding. Let's say you are going on a trip, so now just picking, not it, it will not just pick a random images from a specific region or specific from a vacation trip, but it will know when the trip was started but when the trip was ended. So it will create a memory movie for you from the start of it and till the end of it, like it awares of the contextual awareness of the images and natural language. So these are the couple of photos updates. But moving forward to the Notes app, Notes app has couple of two basic updates that are record and transcript audio. What does that mean is like now whatever you can record audio, record a specific conversation. Let's say you are having a lecture in your class, you just tap record in your Notes app, and the whatever it is recording, it will be get transcribed. That is, it will write on its own in the Notes app, and obviously it will summarize all those what is transcribed in summarize way also. So moving forward to next app, that is phone app gets couple of updates. That is, call recording are now available, transcripting that call to text. So whenever there is call happening now, and whenever that is call happening, like let's say you are having conversation and recording a call, like it is not all it is not on default always. You have to, whenever there is phone call happening, then you have to tap record call. But both, like you and the other person, both will be notified that call has been, like at least let's say you tap on call recording, then the other person who is on the other side of the call will also get notified that this call is been getting record. Apple privacy. So that same call will be getting transcribed that to text. So this all will be happening on live. So whenever you tap on recording, that whole recording will be get transcribed in the text, and that whole text can get summarized in the Notes app available. So these are some small couple of AI updates in the phone app, Notes app, in Photos app. But I think these are the basic features that we needed if they are integrating AI. Google announced this. I think Google has like call recording and transcribing that call to text and even summarizing it. I think from like Pixel 6 or 7, they have it for like past 2 years. Even Notes app having to record and transcribe that audio into text and even summarizing it, they also have it. Cleanup tool, natural language search, just Google in Google I/O. Google introduce couple of updates in Photos app where you can now search there. Now there will be contextual search, but as a natural, as an AI getting integrated into this basic app, I think these are the go-to features that everyone was expecting to have if Apple was integrating AI in their apps like Photos, Notes, and Phone. But good features, at least as a start. I think these are basic features that I think everyone needed, especially when you start using the specific features. It is just like your life gets easier. So let's see when, we will definitely be doing a review of this and trying these all AI features, Siri voice assistants. So looking forward to these all AI updates. But the AI updates has not finished. So before finishing the whole keynote, the last bit of AI, last update in the AI Apple Intelligence keynote was about their partnership with OpenAI's Chat GPT. But let's just talk about it. So I will summarize it for you. So so Apple has announced their chat partnership with ChatGPT. So now it will be using ChatGPT's latest model they announced last month in May. That is ChatGPT 4o. That is for Omni model. That is the latest and the fastest model they have. So how it is integrated. So basically, Apple has their own AI model. Obviously, they have LLMs. They have their own neural engine in their own chips. They have their own private cloud computing. But Apple has not got. I think because they announced their partnership with ChatGPT, I think that they are not at that point where they can rely on their own models, because there are out models like ChatGPT, OpenAI's, and Gemini's, leading models in I think leading AI models out there right now. So I was like, people were expecting to have some of the partnership with, at least with Google or ChatGPT. Last week I talked with like we had a conversation where I was like searching where, like I said, there is no partnership with ChatGPT. Then when I edited and uploaded that video, I did some couple of research, and I found out that last week only, like 1 week before the WWDC, they just got a deal, done and deal with the OpenAI to integrate chat. Not to integrate, like they just had a last week deal only. So what they did with this deal is, I think good. It's not a harmful deal to have for an Apple. It's just a win-win situation for both people, like for OpenAI, but for Apple. But my major concern for this is like, why a trillion-dollar company like Apple needed to have a partnership with OpenAI? Because why can't Apple make their own AI? Like why can't Apple make their own, let's say, like model like ChatGPT or Gemini like Google has? But let's see how it, like I will just like summarize it to you how it will be integrated in the Apple's ecosystem. So whenever you ask a question to Siri, if it is complex or more complex that can't be even handled in the private cloud computing by Apple that we talked earlier, then it will then the Siri will ask permission for you to us users that this is a much more complex task, or the chat GPT can provide a better answer to your question that you are asking right now, or the feature or whatever the function you want to Siri to do. So then there will be a pop-up screen to let ChatGPT answer your question. It will ask and permission to us users that if you want to ask, like if you want to use ChatGPT for your answer for now. So if you type yes, I want to use ChatGPT, then it feeds your questions to ChatGPT and gives your answer there only. It's like seamlessly integrated. It doesn't uh, gets you to their app or anything. It's just wants your permission to ask ChatGPT and it will give you answer there only. So the whole ChatGPT and Apple's integration whole thing is like if the task is complex, then it will ask always at every time. It will ask you your permission about if you like ChatGPT can provide a better answer for this, or to even generate more images, like say like Apple's model can only generate like sketch, illustration or animation, these three things. But if you want to generate more type in, like if you want to get more flexible with it, then it will ask permission for like ChatGPT can do it. Then if you tap yes, then it will fetch your it, then it will go to the ChatGPT server, then your answer will come forward from ChatGPT, also from ChatGPT. So this whole integration with ChatGPT is seamless, as at least we see in the keynote. But the like also to use ChatGPT, you do not have to have an account in your ChatGPT. It works freely on your Apple. Yeah, like it works freely even though you don't have your account in ChatGPT servers. So even though you don't have account, it will work seamlessly as just as before, even if you don't have account, or if you have a paid subscription of ChatGPT, or even you have an account on ChatGPT, you can always connect that account with your Siri, I think, and you can use ChatGPT on your Apple device seamlessly, as they say. So it's just my whole question from this partnership was, why is Apple doing it? Because like first couple of months, ChatGPT didn't have that kind of reputation in their name, at least in terms of privacy, like how the whole Scarlett Johansson case is going on with the voice model of her, or even how their Sora video generation model Sora model, where Mira Murthy was asked in an interview, so on what basis the Sora model is trained on, and she doesn't give a like her answer was bit of an edgy and not that much you can say believable to even like get it. So I was like, on the other hand, it is Apple that cares about your privacy and protects it, but on this other hand, their partnership with OpenAI is just like having this kind of all about privacy concern things going on all over the internet. But one thing it is good for right now is that it is not using whole ChatGPT AI's model or to work all their AI features. Like Apple is not using ChatGPT as like whole AI feature in it, but it is using it. So the thing is, it will obviously, they as they say in even in the interviews, like Tim Cook had an interview with MKBHD. MKBHD asked him question like about the ChatGPT and your partnership. Tim Cook says it will always ask your permission, so no data is given to ChatGPT. Your data is secured. It is good. At least it is asking every time. It is using ChatGPT, but uh, I had questions, couple of questions for within me was like, why partner with ChatGPT? Is like Apple, like even if we exclude ChatGPT from this whole Apple intelligence era, like a whole Apple intelligence features they announce, the all other apps, all other AI features works fine without it. Like it doesn't require ChatGPT. So why partner with them and integrate a ChatGPT in their whole AI model? Is like the big reason is because they have ChatGPT don't have that kind of good. Even though they are the biggest AI company right now in the world, but OpenAI is open, not open about their how their privacy or how they are training their model over with it. So there are obviously uh, privacy issues with them. It's not just like, it's not that I hate OpenAI. Basically, I use ChatGPT on daily basis. It's just like integrating ChatGPT on your phone and using, like, it's just like a whole new another step of getting into our private stuff of all data that includes in our phone. And that is what I actually most, like most user will be fear, like getting their data out there to chat gpt, or even data yours get your data sold out there. So I was just like having questions when I was saying this, like why even partnership with ChatGPT? Just wait for a couple of months, and you can, like even if it's so difficult to make your own AI model, you can just wait a couple of years, like not couple of years, like let at least wait one more year for next WWDC, and you can introduce your own AI model in front of the world. So everything will be in your own Apple ecosystem, because Apple's whole model is all about privacy. They do not store any kind of things in their servers to give your feature. Like every feature on Apple iPhones, MacBook, it happens in on device. So like even if they make their own AI model, I get that they will get backlash. Is like is like Apple is, like people will ask question about like why, like Apple is all about privacy, and now you want to fetch our data from our phone to your servers to get that AI features work on. So I get it. I get what Apple is more concerned about is like on both, in both ways also. Is like if you partner with someone like OpenAI, still they will get criticism. But if you get your own cloud computing servers and make your own AI, you will also get an over backlash. But I think this whole because of this whole chat GPT integration, I think it is done smoothly just because it asks every times whatever whenever the chat GPT is being used. And also another thing is that AI, they, so Apple is not getting into the what Google and OpenAI and other AI based models are going into. So whenever you see these all AI features like that Apple announced this year, even in Photos app, Notes app, Phone app, Genmojis, Image Playground, Image Wand in Notes. So this, like even in Siri, those whole AI interact, like whole um, AI, I think complex like task. It is happening majorly in the on device only, and but like it's confusing. Like I know they have to take a step on it, but you are making like your private cloud computing, things like that. And whenever there is a complex task to do, it will go on to that cloud computing task, and your work will begin getting done there. But in the end, every like in the end. So right now your our phones are not that capable, or even your MacBooks, your even if so much of power it has, it is not just like powerful as like can be done in your own on device things, and it always needs like for complex tasks. In I especially Apple Intelligence is using private cloud computing to do this complex tasks, or using ChatGPT for some of for those, or using ChatGPT getting permission from you to use ChatGPT for some complex tasks. It is it is confusing because private they on the other hand they announce private cloud computing, so whatever there are complex tasks, it will uh, go to the private cloud computing. But on this other hand, on this like other side, we see ChatGPT. Also, they say on the ChatGPT partnership, whenever there are complex tasks, it will handle to ChatGPT. Like it will ask permission to use ChatGPT. So what does that mean by complex tasks? Is that ChatGPT is getting more complex tasks than what they have it? Like it's confusing right now how what their partnership is. I think they just wanted to get rid of, like they just don't want them like Apple's name getting into potential threat, as like they just don't want you to lose their, I think, users trust, and how users trust as Apple as a brand in terms of privacy and things. But it's a confusing thing for right now. Let's see how this partnership unfolds, and especially looking forward to the upcoming iPad, oh sorry, upcoming Techtember event, like a launching of iPhone 16 and new MacBooks, because they announced the new M4 chips, new Macs, like because they announced the new M4 chip for iPads. We haven't seen the new how M4 chip will be done on the MacBooks or Mac Studio, or even like A16 or A18 Pro, a Bionic chip, how it will work. But right now, I think we don't have that majority kind of power on device powers like in any company has that. Like even Apple as a company, their AI can't handle like on device performance, like on device chips can't handle that kind of performance. They always has to be going into the cloud for some specific workload to do. But I'm looking forward to that those couple of next year, like let's say, I think hardware revolution will also come, just like how Apple did with their silicon chips. I think hardware revolution will also come. So AI will be done in on device only, rather than going all the time to the clouds servers. And as a user, I don't feel that much secure also, because phone is like a personal thing, or even PCs and phones are kind of a personal things, and getting that information from like linking your laptop to that cloud server or even like phones is not a much secure way for me specifically, even though I'm in much for tech right now. Like even though I'm in this like enthusiast as a tech person, like I'm concerned about like getting my data over to their servers. So I definitely want more devices coming like couple of years from now. Like AI should be happening on device only. Is like, can it happen at least? Like as we seen in this Apple keynote here, is like majority of these features that are announced, that they say is available on device only. And it so some complex tasks will be on private cloud computing, but majority of the task is happening on device, like especially on iPhone and iPad and MacBooks. But let's say how it unfolds the new AI era for these all companies. But Apple's entry in the new AI era was definitely worth waiting, and definitely was hype. up until now, like we were all waiting for this AI era. So these were the all WWDC event features, updates, AI intelligence. I think yep, everything is finished, but yeah, last but not the least update, they said in the last couple of minutes where SDKs. So what SDKs means software development updates. So sorry, software development kits. So it is updated and new APIs are getting added to use it for third-party apps. So basically, SDKs are software development kit. You can download software development kits to make your own apps, or even to so in that software development kits, there are a couple of APIs. So Apple says they are adding new APIs so that third party big apps can integrate new features. They announced this keynote into into their apps too. So this it the all AI features only will be available on 15 Pro, iPad and Mac, which has M1 and later onwards. So yeah, this was the wrap of our WWDC's event. Lots of it is one of the most like biggest podcasts I think I have recorded. Not in one go. I think I would have never been able to record it in one go also. So that's it for this week's episodes. I think it was all about WWDC. Next week, I think I will be giving you an iPhone 15 Pro review. I just bought it, so I will just write it here. iPhone review next week, and we will also talk there. We will also talk about couple of things on the Microsoft side that is happening, and yeah, let's see. Uh, that's it for today's this week's episode. Thank you for joining in, and I will see you guys in the next week with another tech news, another tech theories. So see you guys in the next week.